Good morning, you guys. Cameron's right here, still sleeping. I just drove to my OBGYN appointment that I have this morning. Now, yesterday, you guys probably saw I had my 20-week anatomy scan, and if you are new kind of to the channel, especially like in our pregnancy journey, I have two separate appointments. So for every like OB appointment I have a separate ultrasound appointment just because they're two different like buildings, two different facilities. So with that being said, yesterday was my 20-week ultrasound appointment, and today is my 20-week OB appointment. Yeah, okay. Now, with that being said, 20 weeks means halfway through my pregnancy. So the baby's, I don't want to say halfway done growing because it's done so much so far, but now I'm pretty sure it's more just like putting weight on and stuff like that. But yesterday, when we told you guys that my ultrasound appointment went really, really well, it did. And then usually like the ultrasound tech will do the ultrasound itself, and then the doctor of the facility will call you and tell you like everything's okay, yada yada yada. And although everything was pretty much okay, after we ended out that video and we were home for a couple hours, the doctor actually gave me a call. I don't want to get emotional. The doctor was like, hi, like everything's okay with the baby, everything is pretty much okay with you, but you do have placenta previa. And at that moment I was like, okay, like that's fine, thank you, like I'll talk to my OB about it tomorrow. And like he gave me some more information on it and pretty much said that if it doesn't correct itself, which it most likely will by 32 weeks, that I would need a forced C-section, or like they would recommend a C-section because it can cause like some serious bleeding for me and life-threatening bleeding for me and possibly the baby. So obviously that's something we really want to avoid. And of course, me being me, I, of course, Googled everything and I screwed my brain up last night and I was stressing myself out, which I should not have done. But I decided to put my phone down, stop looking into it, and just wait for my OB appointment today because, like I said, I did have this appointment scheduled. So I'll be learning more about the placenta previa today. And although, like I was talking to my mom, it is pretty common. Most people, it resolves itself, but as like a first-time pregnant person, like it's just nerve-wracking because like you don't want any possible complications. And like, although I didn't really like, I'm scared for birth, of course, but I don't want to be forced to make a like, okay, you have to have a C-section because otherwise it's like life-threatening consequences. Like obviously I'll do whatever I have to do to make sure that me and baby is safe, but like it's just a little nerve-wracking. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to get into my appointment. We'll talk about it more after. But yeah, so besides that, everything else is good with baby. We're going to be checking in, doing the whole 20-week thing. Not really sure what this appointment consists of, but I definitely have a lot of questions regarding the news that I got yesterday, and I'll definitely let you guys know what happens after.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying, you always know anything that came with like life problems, whether it be health issues or just anything in general, whether it be mentally, emotionally. I've always been here, always will be here as your support system. Okay.
I love you.
And we shouldn't even treat this as anything that's like just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like we should just treat it just like as something that came up and that's something that's gonna go away.
Yeah.
All right. I love you, baby.
I love you. Thank you for being there all the time.
No problem, baby.
Okay, so we just got back from my OB appointment, and as you guys saw before my OB appointment, you were sleeping in the car, but I kind of like explained to you guys what happened, but I'll just kind of reiterate it because I don't really remember, like my brain is like in a fog right now. But yesterday after my ultrasound, the doctor called me like later on in the day, and he was like, okay, like we went over your ultrasound, the baby looks great. You look great for the most part, with the exception of you have placenta previa. In that moment, I was just like, okay, like this is my first time being pregnant. Like I don't know anything when it comes to anything. You know what I mean? I'm kind of just like learning things as I'm going along. Symptoms, I mean, you guys saw I went to the hospital for like my ribs expanding. I literally thought I was having a heart attack. And not to say that like I exaggerate things, but I don't know what's normal versus what's not and what should be happening versus what's not. But pretty much the doctor explained to me that placenta previa is pretty much when your placenta is covering your cervix. Now, if you're not super familiar with like the female anatomy, the cervix is where your baby comes out of essentially. So for your placenta, which is the nourishment for the baby, to be covering the cervix, that means the baby has no way out. Now, After today's appointment, I learned that mine is only partially covered, meaning that my placenta is covering part of my cervix as opposed to it covering the whole thing. But essentially what it means is that if this doesn't correct itself, which 90% of the time they say it does, I have to have a scheduled C-section, because otherwise it has life-threatening bleeding, possible hemorrhaging for me, and possibly could hurt the baby. Now, what makes me super emotional about this, and mind you, I'm sure I'm gonna see comments and they're gonna be super helpful for me, so please comment down below if you have experienced this. It is super common, and it is something that most likely will correct itself, but I'm not even gonna say as a first-time pregnant woman, just as a pregnant woman in general, you try your absolute best to do everything for like the safety of you, the safety of the baby, because growing a baby is not just like this little old thing. Like, I have so much respect for pregnant people now, and so much more respect for my body that I never had before. It's scary to know that, like, right now I do have a pregnancy complication that hopefully will correct itself. I'm trying to stay very positive, but it's just scary to know that, like, it's a really big deal, and it's really deciding my future of like my birth plan. Like, I'm only 20 weeks and some days, and like my birth plan was I want to deliver my baby vaginally. Like, I want that for myself, and I know birth plans don't always go to plan, but like it's really important for me to deliver vaginally. If I have to have a C-section, it is what it is, but I don't want to be cornered that I have to have a C-section because my baby's placenta is covering my cervix and my baby's stuck, you know?
All right, I want you to relax, okay? Relax, just breathe. For me, in my point of perspective, as like the boyfriend and the father of the baby and everything, how I feel about this is, you know, it's like a alert. Like, you're very alerted on, like, you know, what the doctor has to tell you, because like it's your baby that is like, number one, it's your significant partner who's going through it, and I would say equally like your baby, your newborn baby is going through it too. Very alerted about it. I don't want to have Tricia stress about it, because I do not want her to stress and put any stress on herself nor the baby in general during her pregnancy. I want her to be at best, you know, mentally and emotionally and physically. And that's how we just have to push, you know, every single day, so you can continue on with this pregnancy and everything will be straight.
Yeah.
Like, when Tricia found out this news, she was very, very, very emotional. She was crying, and
I screwed myself up by looking up things on Google, and
she looked on Google. She shouldn't have looked on Google, but it's okay to, like, you know, be aware of certain things, but don't have it take over your mental, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just was doing me, and I brought her back to, you know, just a regular plain state. Like,
no, you definitely helped a lot.
You should not stress that much, okay, baby? I told you multiple times, I'm always gonna be here for you. I'm always gonna be here to support you. We just gotta take it day by day. The doctor did tell her that she needs to get bed rest. Like, I'm fully invested, bro. I'm fully invested. I love this pregnancy journey. I love learning new things about pregnant women and women in general. Trust me, my respect for women has jumped incredibly. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, you've been amazing.
She has to rest, bed rest.
I'm not like bedridden. Like, it's not like I can't do anything. Like, I could still exercise and things like that. But like she said, don't have too much like overly exertion activities, if that makes sense.
So like, just, you know, just sit back.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. And that's it. But I don't need you stressing, baby.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh God. I know what he's doing. I think for me, it's just like, I know that it's common and it most likely will fix itself. It's just like, in this current state, I feel like it's important for me to document. Thank you, baby. I think it's important for me to, sorry guys, time my eyes pop. Document exactly like how I'm feeling in this moment, because this is a common thing, and I'm sure I'm not the only pregnant woman who got this scary news and is just like, all right, it's common, it most likely will fix itself, but like, all right, like, mommy's having a nice pop, not you. Yeah, I know I'm not the only person out there that stresses over this.
How did she
know?
No.
How did she jump from one side of the couch?
All right, Scott, relax. That's another good thing about dogs. Dogs can always make you feel better.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Okay.
Yo, she's wild. I just kind of wanted to update you guys because definitely this has affected me mentally, but I'm gonna do my best, and I've been trying to do my best to know that like there's literally nothing I can do to change this. Nothing I can do can make it worse. Nothing I can do can make it better. It's just nature running its course. So I'm just gonna do what I gotta do and just stay positive and
take it easy.
Yeah, just pray that the placenta moves itself as my uterus grows, which it will, and I could deliver hopefully the way I want to.
Big tip for guys who has like a significant other who's pregnant or just going through the pregnancy journey with their significant other. I would say just make sure you know what can make your girl happy and what can put her in a better mood, and use that as a cheat code.
What do they call it? What do they call it in the book that you were reading? Cam has this like first time dad book my aunt got him.
Brownie points.
Brownie points. Yeah. Honestly, I just want to kind of update you guys because I was not expecting to get that news. But once again, I got to keep positive. It's common. It has a 90% chance of fixing itself. And if not, worst case scenario, plans change and I have a C-section. It is what it is. There's nothing I could do to change it, so there's no point in stressing over it.
Yeah. Look at me getting ready for the baby.
She's going to be sick once there's a baby here. Oh God.
Oh my God. Anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. We just wanted to update you guys on what's going on with our pregnancy journey.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, it's been a journey, and it's not over yet. And thank you guys so much for being invested into our, lives, our journey with the pregnancy and everything too.
And being someone we can vent to. I really appreciate when we see the comments of you guys like relating to us or comforting us when it comes to like life situations like this. So we love you guys more than we can even say.
Yep, so then with that being said, we love you guys so much, and we can't wait to see you guys in the next video. So stay lit.
Peace.
Peace.